Hey there everybody, Professor Cloud here with our next episode of Professor Builds to Satisfactory. We finally, I don't know that we've solved the problem, but we finally got aluminum production pretty well finished. We've got 2 more pieces to put in. We're going to do that right here at the very top of the episode. We have a few other things that we need to automate, and I also want to make sure that while we're close by, that we go ahead and add in some more oil fields, some more oil generators if possible. Then we can go back to the hub and start figuring out what's next. We've got to figure out how we're going to get a couple of hundred turbo motors in order to clear out the milestone, and then of course I want to turn the steel production facility into something that's definitely more efficient. So let's go ahead and get started. We've got a lot of work to do, of course, but we're taking one step forward in every single episode. Okay, as you can see, we have got a lot of production going, which is a beautiful thing. However, it's kind of stopped. So we need to take all of this and turn it into casings. So let's put in some more flooring. Okay. Nice. Okay. So we need 2 constructors. One will go into here, and one will go into the far one. So the question is, how many of these producing per minute? 80, okay. Alright, and then these are going to produce aluminum casings. Yeah, so they're not quite getting the 90 per minute that we need. Where is the power pole? Right here. We need to make this a Mark II. Oh, this was the... Okay. Like, why is there a constructor here? Alright, so now we just need to merge all this together into a storage unit. So let's go ahead and do that. And then I will consider this done for now. And I say for now because I fully expect that we're not done. How many is this producing? 60 per minute. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I fully expect that we're going to have to come back and probably do something about the alumina, because I'm guessing, and actually I'll be able to figure it right here. See, these pipes are full. So if at any point these stop producing, then we're going to be in trouble, or the water stops flowing. The good thing is water-wise, I don't think we have anything to worry about. Yeah, flow rate is really... Huh. It does not produce a lot of water. Now 2 cubic meters per minute. Yeah, that's not a lot of water. Okay. so that everybody knows, the reason I did what I did here with running it directly back into a single refiner is because of something that I read in the wiki, that it produced enough water for a single refiner, so the backwash could be used in that way. But I'm actually thinking it might be better to go back to the original plan, which was to connect all of this and just run it back into a splitter that then runs water to all of them. I'm going to do that right now. So let's put a splitter here and here. It's not pretty, but it looks better. And look at how much water it's in there all just that fast. Okay, so then what we do is we go from here to here to add back to it. Yeah, okay. That guarantees better flow. Now, unfortunately, I have a feeling that that's going to cause problems downstream, but that just makes me feel better about how well... Like, I don't want 3 of the 4 to work well and then 1 of them not. But at the same time, if it kept us from having an alumina solution problem, I might not care. One of the things that I could very easily do is put a alumina, at least I think I have room for that. Let me see. A buffer. No, there's not really enough room. Okay, never mind. I could potentially move some things around. But like if I could put a buffer here, I could run the alumina solution into that. And at least then I would have some runoff ability. Because like right now, this is completely full. There's no flow rate whatsoever. But, I mean, this is still taking it in. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. We'll have to see how it goes. Right now, we have aluminum casings being produced. And that is the key thing, because we need the aluminum casings for both remote control units, radio control units, and fused industrial beams. So, I need to let this run. Alright, while we are nearby, let us go over to... And what's going to be the quickest way to get there? Probably... I don't know that I can get there. Alright, I'm just going to run along the shoreline here, and we're going to go take a look at oil. If you'll remember correctly, 2 or 3 episodes ago, we added, I believe it was 2, and this is going to be, do I have what I need? I don't have any more copper sheeting. I can add in 1 more. Alright, so let's go add in 1 more oil generator. I also want to check on this and see if it's still producing. I don't know why I did the jump just then, but... Yeah, see, that's what I was afraid of. This keeps stopping. This keeps stopping, though, because the aluminum runoff... This isn't full, though. This ran out of plastic, I'm sure. Yeah, that's out of plastic. Okay, but this is not... Yeah, so the water runoff is my problem here. Okay. In any case, that's not why I'm here. We'll figure that. I need to probably redo this entire section. But for now, let me just go ahead and leave it alone. And let's run across our fuel here. And I'm going to start by looking at this closest oil field. Right here. Because I am pretty sure I only have... Yeah, so there's only one generator here. Oops. There's the oil field. The fuel is coming from here. It's producing 4 cubic meters. Which means there is no reason why I can't split this and put in another oil generator. What is this powering? Oh, that. Why? I don't think I need that power pole there. No, I don't. Okay, I'm wrong. I do have a second generator. I have a second one right here. Oh. Oh, but I have 2 refiners, each producing 4 cubic meters of... Oh, crap. Okay, and then that's water. I can change the piping for the water, though. Because it's feeding into a splitter. So that I have room for additional... Because, look, I have an additional spot right here. Okay. We're going to make some change. I have room for at least 4 more fuel generators. I would be happy with putting in 2 more. Actually, I think I've got room for... I mean, I've got available fuel for 6 more, but... Okay, let's... Alright, I'm going to change the way that this water works. Okay. Okay, there we go. So that gives me more space. Not a lot, but it does give me more space. Now, if I can at least put 1 more in here. Because what I want to do... is put 2 like this. Alright, so we put splitter here. No. I really wish there was a Control Z so that I could cut or undo what I just did. Okay. There we go. Now I just need to get... Alright, so there's a power pole there. Alright, I'm going to put a power pole right here. And there we go. And just like that, we got an extra 400. I think that's right. Is it 400? No, 250, sorry. Where was I getting 400 from? I knew the coals were 75 each. I thought the fuels were more than 250. It explains why my numbers weren't going up as high as I thought. But then it's a 1,000-point jump. Or it's a 10x jump to go to nuclear. So if I could do the exact same thing over here, and I still have room for a third, so if I could figure out how to get... Oh, hold on. Oops, missed one. Yeah, so I've still got room for one more. And actually, it's producing enough fuel that I've got enough room for two more, but I always would prefer to use just enough than not too much. Or than too much, I mean. So then over here, I could do the exact same thing. Change the way this piping is being... Oh, well, that's interesting. No idea why there was a pump there. It wasn't really doing much. Yeah, wasn't really helping the situation. Plus, it wasn't plugged in. Yeah, so if I could change the way that this pipes, I could take this one, leave it the way that it is, but have one right here and put in another. But I don't think I have enough. Let's find out. Yeah, I don't have enough copper sheeting. But, again, we have time. Oh, I wanted to get rid of this one power pole. I really don't like this power pole being here. I think it's a waste. There. It means that the wire's clipping through, but I think that's cleaner looking. So, alright. There's still, I think, over there, I think we still have room for more. I don't remember where all we've added additional generators. Okay, let's go ahead and head back to the hub and start figuring out what we're going to do next now that we have aluminum casings ready. I think the next thing is we really need to focus on getting... I'm also going to craft some more of those. Heavy modular frames produced efficiently so that we can actually create the necessary fused modular frames. I also want to automate the production of the fix-it trigots as well as crystal oscillators. And the reason for the crystal oscillators is because they're used in radio control units. Alright, I've got copper sheeting back up at the original copper facility. That's now, you know, a copper powder facility, one of the 2 copper powder facilities. So I don't need to stop off and grab those. I do want to take a look at supercomputers. Nope, not enough. What's holding it up? High-speed connectors again? Out of circuit boards. Did I do something stupid? I did something stupid. Yeah, I got rid of the circuit board production. Crap. Alright, well, that's an issue. I removed the production for computers, thinking I didn't need it anymore, not realizing that I was also creating circuit boards. Plastic and copper sheeting. Okay. Alright, there's the copper sheeting. Alright, I need to bring back the plastic run so that I can create circuit boards and send them up. Alright. Let me do that real fast. Which is going to require an assembler. Whoa. That was weird. Okay, I don't know what's going on there. For some particular reason. Alright, let me... Nope, wrong way. Okay. How many is this producing? 10 per minute? Okay. This is producing 30. Taking in 20. I am going to increase this production to get it to match what it's intaking, which is probably another 133 situation. Nope. No, it's okay. Yeah, there we go. All right, so that's going to produce more copper sheeting, and I want this for circuit boards. Oh, hold on. I put that in the wrong spot. There we go. All right, now I just need to bring plastic back over. From here. Yeah. How much plastic does it need? 30 per minute. Really? Okay. There's that, and then where is it going to get power from? Does that have room? Yes, it does. We'll get it there. Okay, and then I just need to go up a level. Oops. Oh, crap. Belt is too long. Huh. Well, I don't want to do this, but I will. There we go. That is hideous. Why did the belt do that? There we go. That was... I just didn't like the way that it looked. Okay, so now it's getting circuit boards, and that can keep creating AI high-speed connectors, which will then flow into the supercomputers. Okay, we're good. All right, now that we fixed that problem. Yeah, I've got to have the supercomputers, otherwise there's no way I'm clearing this milestone. All right, back to the hub. Now, we need to focus on what's happening in the tunnel, because that's where I need the crystal for that one that one research item that we were going to close out, the synthetic power shard, I think is what it was called. But we also need crystal oscillators in order to create radio control units. We need radio control units in order to create turbo motors. So let's first take a look at the turbo motor recipe. We need cooling systems. They're already being produced, so I'm not worried about them. We've got an entire storage thing of rubber, so I'm not worried about that. All we would need is 2,400, and actually, no, I'm sorry. We would need 4,800. 8, 16, 30, 32... Yeah, we don't quite have enough in this one storage unit for it, but it's close. The problem is the motors. I don't think I need... Yeah, so I need 800 motors to create 200 turbo motors, is what it comes down to. That's why this needs to be made more efficient. Or we go back over to the computer facility and we make that more efficient, because in order to craft motors, we need rotors and stators require copper wire. The rotors don't. And I can't use the copper facility up here because that's being used for copper powder. And the copper vein just isn't strong enough. Let me do a quick scan for copper. I haven't... from this location. Alright, so there's that one. There's that one. There's that one. All of those are being used. There's nothing back this way, it doesn't look like. Oh, the truck has stopped. I wonder why. No idea why he's there. Oh, it's out of fuel. Why is it out of fuel? Why is it out of fuel? Isn't the copper still feeding into the... Huh. Or does copper not flow if the feeding... So... Here's where the copper... Yeah, the copper's not flowing. Why is the copper not flowing? Oh shit, it's empty. Well, I'll be damned. Holy crap. Never in my wildest dreams would I have thought that was the case. Okay, apparently I need to get this back flowing again. Okay, then I'm going to get rid of you for now, because this is going to get redone. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to put this... Oh. There we go. Okay, so I now need to... Okay, open record menu, start recording. Loop around, and I bring it back. Now I'm going to have to turn that one on. Before I do anything. Okay, save the path. Coal to steel. Except for I think I just spelled it wrong. I did. Coal to steel. That's fantastic. Okay. Let me go down and turn that on. Hit power to it. And then I need to turn on autopilot. I never would have thought that I would have run out of coal. Holy crap. I'll also grab a little bit of coal so I can take it to that truck. Because otherwise it's never going to get back on its path. Why is it not? Oh, that because it doesn't have power. Alright, so I'm going to take a few hundred. Okay, it already has the right. Okay, so there's that. That'll get... Oh. It has enough fuel. I'm not worried about that. There's that. And I'm gonna put a little. I'm gonna put some in here. Okay, so there's that. Oops. I doubt that this thing is still producing any fix-it trigons, because I think this was out of reanimated SAM. But I am curious as to how many we have. Okay, we've got 1,600 worth. That's cool. Oh, I counted the rubber wrong. We have enough. We have enough for turbo motors. Yeah, I don't need to worry about that. Okay. All right, so I have two things I want to do here. I want to run reanimated SAM up to that sucker up there for the to automate fix-it trigons. That's not as important. What is important though is crystal oscillators. So we've got two different. Neither one of them can I do though. So crystal combined with cables combined with reinforced plates to create the crystal oscillators, and we need those for remote control units. Again, though, I don't know where we're going to get it. So the cables and the reinforced iron plates I can produce over at the facility where computers are being produced. But I don't remember there being a quartz vein over there anywhere. So that's... I keep running into this same problem over and over again of... Okay, I'm going to do something. We're going to... Whoa, I didn't mean to do that. I want to do a little bit of research here as to what's on the other side of this tunnel. I'm also going to grab a bunch of reanimated sand and crystals because I need it. Alright, so we definitely need the crystals in order to do the synthetic power shard. That's a definite. But I also want to grab a minimum of 600. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of reanimated SAM. Okay, so here's another pure quartz vein. So what I'm thinking is if on the other side of this tunnel which looks a lot shorter than it is because it's getting artificial light from something. Still don't completely understand how that's possible, but okay, so I can't believe they have such a long range. Alright, so there's a normal copper vein. That nest will go away. So that would get us the cable. Now, is there... I think that's a coal vein. So we could run power directly here. There's a power slug. I don't need that. Is there iron here? ...140 meters that way. Okay. 127 that way. So probably right at the top there. And then we've got a coal vein that we could run and do extra power. Just a quick 6 or 8. That way I don't have to run power towers all the way from the hub back to here. I can actually then just run power through the tunnel out and interconnect it into the main. Because that was another thing I wanted to do, was run power towers through that tunnel. Alright, so we got iron over there, which is screws and iron plates, if I remember. Yeah, screws and iron plates. So we make reinforced iron plates over there. We make cable right here. We bring those two together. We bring the crystal out from the tunnel, and then we can make crystal oscillators right here. And then we fuel it with these two coal veins. Let's see what these coal veins are. That one's normal. Oh, that's just leaves. Okay. And that one's normal. All right, what about oil? Is there oil nearby? Yeah. No idea what they're protecting there. Oh, another vein. Oh, never mind. That's just limestone. Yeah, so 697 that way. It's probably on the other side of the pond or lake. Go ahead. Come on. Bring it. You still hit me, son of a bitch. Uh-huh. See? That's what you get. Now, where did your... There it is. Oops. Oh, I grabbed it. Okay. Well, it's good to know, though, if we're going to do crystal work over here, that we can get some oil production and therefore get some more power. Wonder if there's any geothermal nearby. Yeah, 470. 847 that way. And I mean, I haven't gotten to the other side of this lake at all. All right, let's go take a look at the iron vein. Because really, at the end of the day, this is going to be just enough to do the crystal oscillators, and that's it. We're not really going to be able to do much else. All right, so there's the exit. Oops. There it is. Alright, let's go get rid of you. Hey, I actually didn't get hurt that time. And that's pure. Okay, so we can do a little bit more with this vein because of it being pure, but the copper vein being normal doesn't give us a lot of room for additional stuff. So, radio. Why do I keep thinking it's remote control units? I don't know why that is. Those are crystal oscillators, computers. Okay, yeah, so that's still going to have to be done near the hub. But what else is used with quartz crystal? Or what else does it produce? Rebar. Okay, so that's really it. That's the only thing that we need the quartz crystal for from a automation perspective. So if we can set up automation here, yeah, and then feed it into the power grid, which then will allow us to go and get the geysers for additional power, as well as the oil fields for additional power, then I don't have to do nuclear. At least I don't think I do at the moment. Okay, all right. Let's head back. We have a plan. And I think what I want to do so that I don't... Oh, I don't have enough... Yeah, I don't have enough room. Right, that can go in there. Where did that bot there? That can go in there. This can go in there. Okay, now I've got room. Can I, at the very least, create Mark 1 miners? No, I don't have any portable miners. Which means I just trashed all that stuff for nothing. All right. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back and clear the research item. I'm going to craft 8 portable miners. Oh, there's the space elevator. I was getting ready to go the wrong direction. And then we're going to come back and put Mark II miners down on all of those veins. So that we don't have to worry about those things anymore. That's interesting. I actually ended up taking a long way around. I probably would have been better served to have gone back through the tunnel. Huh. Interesting. You know, it's actually I am going to need to take power towers all the way down. I actually am. Because that's going to be the only way I'm going to be able to quickly get there, get back and forth. Okay, first things first, let's go to power slugs and put in for synthetic power shards.
Research completed. Synthetic power shard recipe unlocked. Exchanging regular exercise and filtered fresh air with automation is just the kind of progress Fixit likes to see.
I don't know what that means. So the next thing I wanted to do was power augmenter. Oh, which I have the stuff for. Okay. I should have one of these in here. I do. I'm going to grab those because I'm going to craft some more after the episode. So let's go ahead and do that.
Power augmenter unlocked. Summer sloops naturally harvest. Yes, harvest energy from distant sources and distribute it locally. The power augmenter supercharges summer sloops by feeding it local power, increasing its harvesting range and efficiency, and thus power output. Basically, the more power it's given, the more it provides.
Do not loop the loop organ. It will shred and tear and unravel the threads, many temples burned.
Good to know. That confirms that hypothesis.
What hypothesis? What the hell is she talking about? What's the next one? Alien Power Matrix, which requires 100 power shards, 500 of the whatever that is, and then 50 of something that we haven't discovered yet. Okay, let's see what we just got here. So I need to come in here anyway. Let me do this real quick. Okay, so there's that. Now, with respect to power shards, we still have the 3, but where's the synthetic power shard? Or is that something that can't be produced here at the workbench? Okay, something that can be produced here? Okay, I need to do, what did I say, 8? Alright, let's do this real quick. Why do I not have iron? I guess I don't use iron rods that much for anything. I'm also a little worried that my iron plates aren't refilling. I'm gonna have to go take a look at that real quick. Yeah, because I mean that should be back up to 460 by now, at the very least. Because I don't have any in my inventory, so it's not pulling from my local. Do we have any more tickets? We do. Okay, so where is the synthetic? Yeah, it's not even coming up in quick search. Alright, that power is a... Okay, so there's the alien powered augmenter. Generates power based on the total amount of power on the attached power grid. Interesting. So we've got about 5,000, maybe more, power running on the grid. So we connect this. It then adds to it via 10 summer sloops. Wow. The problem is the 10 summer sloops. I think I've only found a total of like 6. Okay. And I still don't see... So, hold on. Are these now synthetic? Oh, there it is. Synthetic power shard. Time crystals, something we don't know about. Crystal, quartz crystal, and nitrogen to produce a synthetic crystal and something else. But why is that not in the codex? Well, I say it's not in the codex, it's not in quick search. Okay. Oh, they put them all together. That's why I was struggling. I was trying to find synthetic power shard, but it falls under regular. Okay, so time crystal, dark matter crystal, yeah, which that's one of the upcoming milestones. Quartz crystal, and oh, that's not nitrogen. Excited photonic matter. The hell is that? And then the power shard, and which it produces a power shard. Oh. So it creates power shards without you needing the slugs. That's all that it's doing. Okay, so I don't need any of this. I don't need any of this. That's cool. Okay, the big thing then was the alien augmenter. That was the big discovery. Okay. Now I understand. Now I understand. Okay, so we done that. Okay, how are we going to plan? Alright, let's say I need 4 more. I need 4 Mark IIs, which I apparently have enough for. I then will need a lot. Let's say I don't know, 6 power towers? 5 and 1 with a platform. So I need some steel beams. But it looks like I've got enough for everything else. Okay, before we do anything... Yeah, iron plates are not refilling. Did I mess up? Probably. Huh? That's a merger. Okay. 8. Okay, there we go. I must have screwed up in how I was feeding into the dimensional depot. I don't... Okay. Whatever. We're good. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to run... I should be able to run a power tower from there. Really? Why are you here? I don't understand why he's here. There's nothing up here for him to protect. I definitely don't want that. There's a bunch of iron veins right there. If I needed them. I just hope I'm going the right way. Fine. I don't know why you're protecting a lodestone, a limestone. No idea why you're protecting a limestone, but... I want to make sure that I find the water. Well, that's interesting. There's geothermal over there. Okay. Probably could have taken it closer, but okay, there's the water. Alright, I want to do a little bit of exploration here real quick. There's a animal, so it's protecting something. No idea what. Okay, yep, we're at the exact right spot that we need to be. So we put that like that. Alright, and then that will need to be a platform based. Okay. For some particular reason, that didn't... Okay, so that's the coal. Yeah, I didn't kill these guys. I didn't realize there were 3. Wow. I finally figured him out. Damn. I finally figured him out. Okay, these 2 are normal. Oh, those weren't even the ones that I was... This was one of them. Alright, so the copper should be up here. Yep. Okay. So let's go ahead and put a Mark II right here. And I can always change it later. I just want to get it down. Okay, we've got a local power tower. Okay, so we've got coal. We've actually got 3. Now we can't pull water from that little tiny body of water, but we can pull water from here, certainly. And that'll be the key. Okay, so we'll put... Let me put one right here. We go this way. I got, what was it, a blue power slug or a yellow power slug? It was blue. Okay. I've got another one over there. I'm going to probably go ahead and grab. Okay, that's producing, or it will produce 120 per minute, which that's enough for 8. So I actually don't need another coal vein for 8 coal generators. Now, if I want to do another 8, then that's fine, but let's just focus on one thing at a time. Alright, let me go get to the iron vein. And then remember, the crystal is coming. Actually, I'm not sure where the crystal's coming from. We'll have to figure that. I'll have to remind myself. Oh, crystal's coming from here. Okay, so crystal's coming from there. Okay. Okay. Now, the best thing is probably to just expand out. This is going to produce 240 per minute, which we're never going to use all of, but we produce, I don't know, 2 sets of iron plates, 6 sets of screws, and then run those together into reinforced iron plates. Probably 2 assemblers worth of reinforced iron plates. And then combine that with the cable that will come out of here, and then bring the crystal out, and we'll create crystal oscillators. And then this now gives us a reason to explore this area in future episodes, which I've never explored this area before. One, I'll have a quick way to get here finally, but you know, we found there's oil fields here, there's geothermal near here, so we can add to the power grid. And I'm all about adding to the power grid. All about adding to the power grid. If I could add 16 more coal generators like we did at the top of the waterfall, I'll do it. I'll absolutely do it. We've got 120 here, and then we could bring one from right here over. And so we could run 8 over here and 8 right here. And that's an extra 1,200... an extra 1,200 power into the grid. Oh, this is going to be great. So it's funny. One of the people that inspired me to do Satisfactory, Anno 1800, and those kinds of videos on my channel was a gentleman by the name of What Darren Plays. And you know, please go check him out on YouTube. He's a phenomenal content creator based out of England. At least I think he is. England or Ireland, one of the two. I sometimes, if the accent isn't strong enough, they tend to blend for me a little bit. In any case, he's been doing a lot of Satisfactory. Really looking forward to 1.1. And he made mention, he built a huge coal power facility. And, I mean, it was like stack on stack on stack. I don't know how many coal generators. I actually haven't watched the video. I just saw clips of it. And it's one of those things where when you have all of the coal veins coming together at one point, or you're using nothing but Mark IIIs, absolutely you can do that. But I'm not producing turbo motors yet in any kind of quantity which are required to produce the Mark IIIs. So unless I use up my tickets to do turbo motors, I can't do much. In any case, I'm going to wrap up the episode here. We'll pick up from here next time, where we'll start to bring together all of the crystal production for crystal oscillators, and we'll start adding to the power grid. I'm looking forward to this. I'm really looking forward to this, and I've got to do it, or otherwise I'm not going to be able to produce turbo motors. I think this is actually more important than setting up making the steel production more efficient. I think this is absolutely more important right now. So with that, as always, I hope you've been enjoying the content. If you have, please make sure to hit that like, subscribe, or comment button, and hopefully I will see you in the next episode. Talk to you soon.